Hi. Today we are going to revisit a particular story we heard about of a couple. If you remember, we had discussed in my previous videos that there was a couple who had to move to a far away distant place, an unknown place, a different culture, and the wife was fearful for moving, and she wanted the husband to go, and she wanted to come after 3 or 4 months, not immediately along with the husband, and the husband did not want to go there alone without the wife's support. And then there was a problem and a big fight, and we had discussed on what was the problem and what was the solution to come out of that fight. Now in that same story, like we've always been saying, there are different layers to the issues. In that same story, there is also another layer. The husband, in that story we had discussed that the husband's emotional needs, that he did not want to go alone without the wife and her support, was the primary focus there. But here, the primary focus now is on a different layer. And the different layer is that for the husband, and here I'm referencing again the wonderful book called Fascinating Womanhood by Helen Anderlin. If you get a chance, please get that book and read that book. So there Helen Anderlin describes the wonderful power of womanhood, the wonderful power which women have to help their husbands come out of certain challenging situations. So according to that book, and one of the principles she mentions in that book, that for the husband there is a role in society, there is a role that the husband has to provide and protect the wife and children. The wife can also go out and work, that is not the problem, but the primary responsibility belongs to the husband. Who is primarily responsible? The husband is primarily responsible. The wife can also go and earn, get the funds, but whose primary responsibility? And similarly, childbearing, whose primary responsibility? The wife. The husband has to support her. In this way, the wife has to support her. But there are certain roles which have been defined by nature. Because men and women have their different psychophysical natures. They have their different physical bodies and different natures. So here, Helen Anderlin mentions that this provider role is a very important role for the husband. So in this case, when the husband has to go and get a higher, better paying job, and for that even shift to a little unknown place, it's okay for him. And the wife here should come and understand that, okay, because this is one of the important primary roles and responsibilities of my husband, she has to keep faith and support the husband and move on with her. It's not that the husband is not required to put faith and move along with the wife. No, it's reciprocal. But there are primary responsibilities in childbearing and in taking care of the child. Primarily the mother is involved, but the husband has to be involved and trust what the wife wants him to do. Suppose the wife says that no, you don't do this in this way while taking care of the child. The husband has to acknowledge, because the primary responsibility belongs to the wife. And here the primary responsibility belongs to the husband. So in this case and in all other cases, the spouse has to keep that faith and trust and move on and support their partners. And simultaneously, the husband should be sensitive to the fear of the wife. So again, the heart-to-heart connection, an emotional connect is very much required. This is something so simple and so basic, but so many times it's the main thing which is missing in many relationships. So the husband has to be sensitive, emotionally sensitive to the wife, and say and understand that relieves the wife of her fear and anxiety of moving away. If you want to know more on these topics, please join my WhatsApp community, Couples Fight Clean Community. Thanks.